Hello and welcome back to Saxon Math. This is lesson 34, decimal place value. So we can use bills and coins to help us understand place value. As we move to the right, each place is 1/10 of the value of the place to its left. For example, there are 10 mills that make 1 penny. 10 mills will make 1 penny. It takes 10 pennies to make 1 dime. It takes 10 dimes to make $1, $10 to make a $10 bill, and 10 $10 bills to make one $100 bill. That means each of these is 1/10 of the value to its left. So if I'm at $100, if I have a $100 bill, but I'm looking at a $10 bill, that's 1/10 of $100. So as we move to the right, each place is 1/10 of the value of the place to its left. So for example, the hundreds place, it would take 10 tens to make 1 100. It takes 10 ones to make 1 10. It takes 10 tenths with the THS at the end to make 1. It takes 10 hundredths to make 1/10. It takes 10 thousandths to make 1 100th. So since lesson 12, we've studied place value from ones place leftward to the hundred trillions place. As we move to the left, each place is 10 times as large as the preceding place. If we move to the right, each place is 1/10 as large as the preceding place. So for example, 1/10 of 100 is 10. That's the same as saying, in this case, it'd be like 1/10 times 100 over 1 is the same as 100 divided by 10, which equals, in this case, 10. 1/10 of 10 is 1, and it will continue on. It will pass over from the ones, it'll go over into the tenths place, and it continues in each place value that's a decimal as well. Each one is 1/10. So each place to the right of the ones place also has a value of 1/10 the value of the place to its left. Each of these places has a value less than 1, but more than 0. We use a decimal point to mark the separation between the ones place and the places with values less than 1. Places to the right of a decimal point are often called decimal places. So here we'll show 3 decimal places. So if you've got your ones place and then your decimal point, this would be tenths, hundredths, thousandths, and it would continue on if we went further than that. It'd be 10 thousandths, 100 thousandths, millionths. But let's continue. So thinking about money is also a helpful way to remember decimal place values. So if you have a $100 bill, you can recognize that it takes 10 $10 bills to make one $100 bill, and I've already gone through all that. Mills is the only thing we don't have a actual value, a monetary value, like a value. It is a monetary value, but we do not have any exchange form for that. So when we get down to mills, you'll see that maybe in the stock market occasionally, but typically we only use pennies. We're only going down to the cents. A mill is 1/1000th of a dollar, so it would take 1,000 mills to make just $1. It takes 100 pennies to make $1. It takes 10 dimes to make $1. So a mill is 1/1000th of a dollar and 1/10 of a cent. We do not have a coin for a mill. However, purchasers of gasoline are charged mills at the gas pump. a price of $22.29, and 9/10 of a mil per gallon is 1 mil less than $2.30, and 9 mils more than $2.29. Of course, decimal place values extend beyond the thousandths place. The chart below shows decimal place values from the millionths through the millions, from the millionths with the th place. So that would designate decimals. So here's millions, 100,000s, 10,000s, thousands, hundreds, tens, ones. Decimal point in the middle, tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, 100,000ths, and then millionths. So looking at that chart, which digit in 123 and 45 hundredths is in the hundredths place? So the THS designates that it's a decimal. So we're looking for a decimal place value, in this case THS. Notice the hundreds place ends in a DS, and the hundredths place ends in a DTHS. So if you do not know the place value of things, hopefully you know that the decimal helps you figure that out. So this decimal, you can see clearly this is in the ones place, this is the tens place, this is the hundreds place, this is in the tenths place with the THS, and this was in the hundredths place. So if you look at it, you've got the 1, 2, 3, the decimal, and then the 4 and the 5. The digit that's in the hundredths place is the 5. So the THNS ending of hundredths indicates that the hundredths place is to the right of the decimal point. The first place to the right of the decimal point is the tenths place. The second place is the hundredths place. The digit in the hundredths place would be the 5. Let's try another example. So looking at the chart again, what is the place value of the 8 in 67 and 89 hundredths? So if you don't know, you could use your decimal chart here. 67, decimal goes right there. The 8 goes here, the 9 goes here. You need to learn this decimal place value. So this one here, you can see the 8 is clearly in the tenths place with the THS. It's the first place to the right of the decimal. It's called the tenths place. That's the name of that place value. All right, let's practice. So what is the place value of the 5 in 12 and 345 thousandths? So if you look at that, it'd be 12.345 thousandths. The place value of that would be the thousandths. Okay, that'd be letter A. Letter B, which digit is in 5 and, which digit in 5 and 3 or 4,321 10,000ths is in the tenths place? So if you were to look at that on your place value chart, that would be like this. Let me see if let me just erase this for you guys. Let's clear that. And let's plug these in. We've got the 5, the decimal, 4,321, and it's asking what digit is in the tenths place. So here's the tenths place. The digit 4 is in the tenths place. Letter C, in 123 thousandths, what is the digit in the thousandths place? So again, you could just plug these into your values. You've got the 0 in the 0 place in the ones. You got the decimal. You have the 0 in the tenths place, the 1 in the hundredths place, the 2 in the thousandths place, and the 3 in the 10,000ths place. So we're looking for the thousandths place. The digit in the thousandths place would be 2. Go ahead and do letter D. What is the value of the place held by 0 in 50 and 375 thousandths. So it's basically asking what the place value is. What is the place value? The place value of the 0. In this case, if you plug it in, 50 and 375 thousandths, you would notice that it is in the ones place. It's held, and the value of it actually, if you would have answered 0, that would also be sort of correct, but it's asking this in an odd way. It's saying the value of the place. So technically, they're looking for the place value of the place that 0 is in. Let's do letter E. What is the name for 1/100th of a dollar? If you don't remember the name of 1/100th of a dollar, you can go back and look at the video. At the beginning of this video, we covered that. And if you want to open up your book, you can look at some examples in that case too. But the name for 1/100th of a dollar would be cent. Or I guess technically you could say penny as well. It's a penny or a cent, 1/100th of a dollar. Letter F. What is the name for 1,000th of a dollar? Remember, it's the one that we don't have a coin for. The name for that is called a mill. All right, that's it for today's lesson. If you guys didn't understand something, go back and review the video. Check out your book and do some of the practice problems again and see how well you do the second time around. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night.